Hey basketball coaches and players, today I'm going to be breaking down Steve Nash and how he is able to shoot the basketball. Let's get down and check this out. Okay, so in this first clip we have a side view, and what we are able to see from this is the fact that his right foot is a bit in front of the left, which is fantastic. This is going to give you, as a right-handed shooter, nice straight shot, but also some power as well. We also see his knees over top of his feet, which is fantastic. That's going to give you a lot of power, but also the fact that both of those knees are facing towards the rim, same as the feet. They are doing that as well. Next, we look at the shoulders and the hips, and again, they are both squared up towards the rim. This is going to be a very high percentage and balanced shot. We also see that his eyes and shoulder is over his knees, so again, this is going to all translate into power into his shot. Now, what we do see is that he brings the ball up from his triple threat from his hip, and something else that we do see is the fact that his arm, his elbow, doesn't bend until halfway up into his set point. And his set point, Steve Nash's set point, is right beside his head, slightly in front of his right eye. We also see that, very similar to a player that I just recently broke down, which is Brady Heslett, we see that Steve Nash's hand, his fingers are facing straight up into the air, or at least up to the top of the basketball. And we also see that Steve Nash's wrist is bent all the way back as far as he can get it, and what this is going to do for him is to be a nice balanced shot, but also allow him to have a lot of rotation on that ball. When you've got a lot of rotation and a lot of backspin on that ball, it allows that ball to kind of bounce into the rim if it's slightly off. Now, when he starts going up with his shot, we do see that he has a lot of forward momentum being pushed into that ball, but then at the last second, he's able to lock his elbow, which is very important if you want a consistent shot, and then it's able to then flick off of one of his fingers. Depending on the clip that I look at, let's say this is his ring finger, this is his middle finger, and this is his pointer finger. Depending on the clip that I get to see, sometimes he'll release the ball from his middle finger, and other times it's going to be from those two fingers. So that's why we haven't or will not be breaking down that part of his shot. And then he's able to lock his elbow for an extended period of time, which is going to allow for a consistent shot. When you pull your arm down too early, what happens is sometimes that will affect the shot, so it almost sometimes will push it right or left depending on what's going on. And like I was mentioning earlier, in this clip we get to see that it looks like all three fingers are actually pushing or being the last touch point, which again, none of the clips, because he played so many years ago, there's not many clips that are very clear of that precise movement there. But what we do get to see from this clip is if he's able to push with that offhand thumb. Players like Steph Curry, they use the offhand thumb to put some spin or rotation onto the ball, but Steve Nash does not. Now, even with Steve Nash's running jumpers, we even see that this same movement right here, we can see perfect shot. This is something that every single player needs to practice, is a running jumper. And I guess you could say it's a floater, but with running jumpers, they are very effective. Now, at the end of Steve Nash's shot, when you look at the hand, and what we do notice is the hand does go out towards the right. That is something that a lot of players do struggle with, but again, a lot of players like Steve Nash have no issues with that affecting their shot. And considering that Steve Nash was a 43% three-point shooter throughout his entire NBA career, we can definitely take a lot of pointers from his shooting form and incorporate it into ours. I hope that you have enjoyed today's video. If you have, hit that like button and subscribe, and I'll see you guys again next time.